Well, we've reintroduced our pension legislation because of the magnitude of the problem. We felt that the legislation that was pending and had been introduced by our friends on Capitol Hill was not adequate. We believe that the legislation, as it is going to be introduced in the next day or two, is going to be something that will resolve our problem more expediently and obviously sooner, and will be received by others up on Capitol Hill in a more rapid fashion, and we think that it has a better chance of passing.
We've got to fix this, and we've got to make sure that we take care of the people who have paid for it. They didn't ask for anything. When it was taken out of their paychecks as far as their benefit package, it was money they didn't take home. They didn't say, hey, you owe me. They just said, fine, I'll have it later. And then you get to the end of your working career and you say, okay, who's got my money? What happened to it? I sure didn't get it. I didn't take it home. My kids didn't prosper from it. And that's what we're in. That's the situation we're in right now.
Today, we are here to sort of announce how we're going to get through this problem. Over 100,000 people would be impacted. 26,000 of those live in our state, David, of West Virginia. And so we realize that we can't do this on one side of the aisle or the other. It has to be bipartisan, like the health care bill was as well. We really, I think, rallied a lot of attention to the issue. We educated our members, our fellow senators, and on the House side, the other members, as to how absolutely important this is.
We have to have a bipartisan effort here, and if we don't have that, it won't pass because there's not enough Democrats to pass legislation, and there's probably not enough supportive Republicans to pass our legislation. So we need both, and this legislation addresses that fact, and it will receive bipartisan support.
Primary thing here is we're trying to keep our promise. Congress made a commitment back in '46 with the president, and we've got to keep that promise. And I think we did it. We took our first step earlier this year. We took care of the health care. That was one thing that it took a lot of give and take, but we were able to take care of that with it. So, and now we have something even bigger. Is pension, and you've all heard, and you understand as well what the impact the pension can have on for all of us, anyone, the people that are counting on that. So we've got to give these guys a peace of mind.
They used to have something, the canary in the coal mine, which was that early warning system. Well, those canaries are singing, because if this pension system goes down, that part of America, the fellows and gals who followed the rules, worked hard, deferred some of that income so they would have the golden years. That's at risk. And what you see up here is a collection of both sides of our great democracy coming together to say, we made that promise, they earned it, and we're going to do it.
I'm from Vermont, and we don't have coal, but we do have electricity. And it's the coal miners here and their moms and dads and their grandparents who kept the lights on for us in Vermont for generations. And it kept those lights on and the heat going in our schools. It kept the lights on and the milk stands going in our barns. It kept the lights on across our industry in Vermont. And we have a debt of gratitude to the hard work you did.
The plan that has been proposed here is pretty much the same plan that the Finance Committee ratified in September of last year. Right. In addition to that is a loan program that many people have been talking about. So the money that would be set aside here to help save this pension plan would be repaid over 30 years and or would be part of the plan that was passed by the Senate last year and has bipartisan support throughout the Congress.
Coal miners and people from coal country are stand-up Americans. The question now is whether America will stand up for them. It's that simple.